inflation. But you heard it on the news. You've heard it on the radio. It's been said over and over, we're about to come into an economic crisis. Okay, so what did you do different to accommodate what you knew was coming? You did nothing. You were committed to what you always do. You complain, you blame everybody else. All of this, you never set aside nothing to prepare for the future. So let's go back to this meaning I gave you earlier. Okay, see, they're already on the screen. Commitment means that certain decisions are made in advance despite any circumstances. What does that mean? Okay, I know an economic crisis is coming. Everybody knows now, right? There's going to be some collapse. As you can see, banks are getting ready to shut down, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do so that we don't be caught up in the web? I know what the average person is going to do. We're going to call somebody. Child, you hear what happened? You hear the bank about to shut down? Oh my God, this is the end times. That's why I say Jesus soon come. Child, all you could do is pray. Glory be to God. And what do they do next? They go and do the exact same thing that they always do. They're going to spend foolishly. They're going to throw away stuff. They're going to not have no sense of responsibility, of securing for the future. Then what's the next step? So now they crawl into the churches and those vultures just waiting on them. Well, you know, we're kingdom citizens, glory be to God. And because we're kingdom citizens, while we are in this world, we are not a part of this world, glory be to God. So how do we fix this recession that it don't happen to us, the saints? Well, you got to sow a seed, glory be to Jesus. Come on now. So you see that? What? Look at that. Look at this. And guess what? They're going to do it again. And they're going to be shocked once again that the exact same thing that they did last year before, they're doing now. They can't believe that after the 10 years of doing this, they're still getting the same results. People get mad at me. I'm telling you, when people get mad at me, when I tell them the truth, I don't get it. When I tell them, but what are they really mad at? They're mad at the fact that I know what you're saying is true, but I hate to feel or to accept what you're saying because I feel like a fool. Mind you, I didn't call them a fool. I'm not telling them none of that. I'm just laying on the facts. So they have to, the commitment has to be protected, even though it's not working for them. See, Kevin, you could say that now. You see, I'm not on your level. That's what I hear all the time. I don't know what level it is that I'm on. Because all I did was submitted myself to the rules like I told you. I did nothing supernatural in terms of some lightning bolt strike me from the sky, or I had a Paul on the road to Damascus experience. The only thing that I came into was what I was hearing from pulpits and what I was reading in the Bible did not line up. And so I made the decision to change my protocols and ingredients of commitment. Now, I didn't realize I was doing it at the time, but in hindsight, that's what I did. I changed the components because commitment is a gift for every human have it. Good, bad, ugly, fat, skinny, indifferent, don't matter. Everyone have it. So when the components, when the ingredients of the conveyor belt of commitment was changed in my life, you ready for this? That's when the results begin to change. Sowing a seed in the conveyor belt of commitment when every other seed is detrimental to your outcome isn't going to change anything. So it brings us to this point. Right here. People believe, and this is why you have to check your commitment and how you're operating with it. Many of you right now who are going through financial struggles, you have convinced yourself that if you were to be blessed with $1 million right now, all your problems will go away. Well, at least the majority of them. Well, mainly the financial part of it. Now, listen what you're going to say, because you're telling lies now. So if I say to you, okay, tell me something, what all do you owe? Well, Kevin, I owe for my house. I have another 10 years to pay for that, and I'm paying $2,000 a month on that. That's crazy. I have a car note for the next 5 years. That's $600. I got insurance on my place for $10,000. Insurance for the car is $400 a month. All of these things you're telling me, right? So I say to them, okay, so tell me something. If I were to give you, I don't have it, but if I were to give you $1 million right now, what would you do? Boy, Kev, boy, what? Boy, the first thing I'll do, boy, listen, I'll pay off my house, I'll pay off my car, boy, that's what I will do. The truth is, that is not true. But they've deceived themselves. Now, what, Kevin, how could you say that? You're no prophet. You don't know these people mind. You kind of overstepping your boundaries. No. See, commitment always leaves the trail, always leaves a trail or a history or a pattern of the one who's committed to whatever it is that they're dealing with. Let me prove it. So guess what? Boom, they got $1 million. So after all the somersaulting and the jumping all over the place and carrying on, now commitment kicks in. Remember they told me, Kevin, I'll pay off my house right now. So that's one bill I wouldn't have to be paid. I could save that $2,000. And Kevin, my car, I can pay that off right now. Lies. So this is damaged mind of being committed in the wrong areas does. Well, I ain't going to pay the bank all that money for no house. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. What I'll do is just pay my regular payment because I ain't going to spend all my money on that. The car note. Because between the car, the home and the car is $2,600 every month. $2,000 for the mortgage on the car, $600. Well, actually, it's more than that because $600 on the car note to the bank plus another $400 insurance. That's a total of $1,000. So that's $3,000 between the car and the home. So they've concluded they have $1 million. So now commitment kicks in. They were never frugal in terms of being economic with their spending. They were never budgeting. They were never doing any of these things. So how, you tell me, how now all of a sudden, and this is why I say to people when I do my financial teachings, having money, you getting a large sum of money, that did not come with common sense. That did not come with financial wisdom. All that came with the opportunities for you to do what you always did. You have more flexibility now. So if you were a spender prior to this money coming, you have more money to spend now. If you were a saver prior to this money coming into your life, you're going to find ways to save now. And the saver will say, okay, if I can take a big hit. If I pay off this mortgage, it can be a big hit. But that $2,000, guess what? I don't have to pay that every month. And guess what? Now that I don't have to pay that to the bank, I'm going to pay myself with that. So the $2,000 I was paying to the bank, I'm going to put it as a savings as if it's a bill now. So now I'm paying Kevin. The car note, what I was paying for $600, I still got to pay the $400 on the insurance, but the $600 to $100 a month, I'm going to pay that off. So now the $600 plus the $2,000, when I don't have to pay anymore, I'm going to put that on my account every month, $2,600. But I want to show you when commitment is channeled in the wrong area, because now I have the money to pay these things off. But because I've been programmed through my commitment to not do such things, I'm going to find every excuse in the world not to do it. So now guess what? After a year or two, the money is gone. Why? And it has to go because of my commitment of being foolish. Now that the money is gone, now what I promised Kevin I was going to do, now I remember, boy, I wish I had to pay off my house here. My God, boy, the devil busy, eh? Oh, Jesus. And all the money I give to the church, my God. And I tell them I need help, and they tell me I should have been a better steward. And they are absolutely correct. They are absolutely correct. Unfortunately, they should have told you that prior to them taking your money from you, but we ain't going there today. So you see, and I hope you're getting my point. Commitment is the conveyor belt. It is what's going to produce fruit in your life, or whatever the outcomes are in your life. It's going to come by way of commitment whether you are aware of this or not. So now that you're hearing this, look at you. Okay, I'm horrible at my finances. I'm horrible in relationships. I don't get along with people. Okay, good. You didn't become that way by default. What is the conveyor belt? What is the foundation? What is the structure that you have in place that you are knowingly or unknowingly following that's giving you this consistent result? I have a bad attitude. I don't know how to speak to people. I become easily offended. You will never admit those things. You will never, because you've been training yourself all your life. I am going to blame other people as the fault, and I am never the fault. Whether they're giving me sound advice or not, they believe they're smarter than everybody else. They thinking they're perfect. They act like they don't make mistakes. What does this have to do with your messed up life? You can't see the bigger picture. So that's why the poor will stay poor and the rich will be rich, because both of them have the gift of commitment, but it's channeled in the wrong, one in the wrong area, the other one in a profitable area. So the rich person says, hey, you know what? Although I'm rich, I don't need a fancy car. I just get a regular car to take me from point A to point B. The monies I would spend on that Mercedes or Benz to impress my friends, that $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, why would I pay that? Why would I do that? What I could do is buy me a regular car and probably bless someone else with a nice vehicle to get around some family. I don't need no big house with 5, 10, 15 bedroom. For what? Because the truth is I have no purpose for it. The only reason why I would get it is because I want people to associate my wealth with this big place. That makes no sense. This big place is going to cost me $3.4 million. That's going to do the exact same thing a regular home is going to do.